Hi guys, welcome back to Welcome Home Custom. Today we are going to learn how to assemble our Queen of Hearts mini. Let's get started. Alright guys, let's start with the file overview first. Always check your instructions. It will walk through the different actions you may need to use, whether it's scoring, supplies that you'll need, a breakdown of the woods that I used, an overview on these slots and tabs, along with different pictures and file examples. And then a quick down and dirty on how to assemble, but we are going to assemble it here as well. There's also a color planner that just has the numbers and the colors that I used if you needed another visual outside of just the backer. We then have pieces, backer, and base. The pieces are divided by kerf and no kerf. No kerf means I did not adjust any of the pieces for kerf. Therefore, this would be used for people that already know their kerf and want to adjust it themselves. Kerf, I added a 0.002 inch offset, which is a one size fits most for lasers. If we look at these different files, go ahead and open one up, we can see that each of the pieces are grouped with their number. We are cutting this entire file with the good side face up in our lasers. And with my files, it's always good to note if the number is off to the side of the piece and they're scoring detail, that means we're going to cut with the good side face up in our laser. We also want to always make sure that we are checking our 1 by 1 inch square to make sure that the file did not resize. You'll notice that I used both gray for the numbers and black for the details. So if you didn't want to cut or score the numbers, you can simply just ignore them or delete them off. You also don't need to cut the 1 inch square. That is simply just to check in your program, and then you can get rid of that as well. You will want to go through and cut each one of these. They are slightly different and have different details in the file. If we then go and look at the backer, it is organized by the size of tab along with a joined file for Lightburn users. This is 1.195 inches. So if we open it up, the tab is right over here. If we arrange and ungroup, you can see it's not connected, and that is so you can actually change it yourself. Now, keep in mind the tab is actually double the size of the slot size. That's because we have a double layered base. And so this tab is going to go through both of the bases. So what you're going to want to do is if we want to change this, let's say we have a 1/4 inch slot size, we would want to do 0.25 times 2 and hit enter. And now it's 0.50, and you can see that it moved out on this tab. Again, we have scoring is black for the lines, and the gray scoring is for the numbers. So we've got the base file, which is the base doubled up, as you can see. And again, if we arrange and ungroup, we can adjust just the slot. Now, keep in mind the slot is offset so that this right here is actually the center of the base. And so if you do change the slot, you're going to want to freeze it on the bottom. And then let's say we want to change it to 250. Then it is moving up, and then our material will be over here. And so then the project will appear centered. And then last thing we have is the frame. And the frame I cut out of 1/8 inch material. And that was so that it gave it some depth to the project. You do not need to do that. You could use 1/4 inch if you wish. The only call out for this is make sure you keep these pieces right here because you will need them to fill in this space when you go to glue. So don't lose those pieces, okay? Let's go ahead and jump on over to file assembly. All right, guys, so here's the queen. I did place all the pieces already, just so I know they all fit. And I let this sit way too long, and so my 1/8 inch, I don't even know if that's 1/8, it might be 1/16. I let this sit too long, and so it kind of warped. So I'm gonna have to use Starbond on this guy to get it to sit and adhere quickly. And then I'll probably use Titebond on her. So a couple things to note, which it looks like I may have already lost a piece. We need to keep these pieces that cut out of the white piece. You want to keep these pieces because they're going to go back into the Q and heart. Keep those pieces. And it looks like I said, it looks like one of mine is missing, so I'm going to have to go search for it. And then we have all of the pieces. Oh, her crown. See, some of the pieces fell off while I was assembling her. I've been moving stuff around in the workshop, and so I got things all over the place. And I think my missing piece is probably on the floor somewhere, so I'm going to have to go find that real quick. But so here she is, all assembled. And what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to maybe tape her. And then we can place her down all at once and then kind of push the pieces together. I think that's going to be the easiest way to do it. We may have to like remove her crown, do her crown and her hair last. I think we're going to do that. Okay, so we're going to take her hair off, and I am going to flip her over. I'll go ahead and tape her. So I'm just going to add some blue tape to the pieces just to help keep them from flying all over the place. And a note on the hearts. I know it's a lot of hearts, but they do all, and did I lose those hearts too? I sure did. I'm missing my crown hearts. All the hearts are the same except for the two bigger ones, and those are the same. So as long as you just cut the hearts and place them, they should all fit, no problem. So I'm just gonna grab a board. Any board will do. And I'm just gonna push down and I'm gonna flip it all over. And so there's our pieces. And then I'm gonna go hunt for the pieces I'm missing. Okay, so as I mentioned, what we'll do is we will add glue. Let's add glue to the pieces, and then we'll flip the pieces over. And then we're going to add the white, making sure that I've got it flipped the right way. And then we will add these pieces at the very end. I think that's going to be the easiest way to do it. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and dab glue onto my lady, my queen. Probably should not be doing this on top of my really good board. That's kind of silly of me, but that's okay. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and now I'm thinking this was the wrong way to do it, because now I have to lift it up and set it down. But I guess I could do it this way. As long as I line it up this way, that actually will work. And then flip. Look at that. How easy was that? So now I'm going to carefully remove my tape. There we go. That looks great. So now we are going to push all of the pieces into place. And the Titebond is assisting in pushing those pieces where they should go, holding it in place. Now I'm going to go ahead and add Starbond to this guy. 4 spots. Oh, I should have refilled my Starbond. So I'm going to add it in my corners and on the sides. And then I'm going to add some Titebond in between. We are going to line it up. Actually, we should go ahead and spray it. That is activator. And then we are going to line her up with the backer. This is what I love about using the two together, is that we have this instant adhesion with the Starbond, and it acts as a clamp. Let's add our other pieces. So we can add her hair back, and what we'll do is just add some glue to it. And our Titebond is still workable, so that's good. And I had to cut out a new heart. I will add glue, her crown. Oop, we popped over here, so we're going to have to go back and add some Starbond there. All right, and I am using, for this project, it's Laser by the Creek. They're pre-finished wood. Absolutely love this wood for projects like this because I can quickly get everything glued up and not have to worry about adding my own layer of spray because it's already done for me. So I absolutely love that. And her crown. Okay. Clean that up. And then last thing we're going to do is add our hearts. So we can actually just add glue right inside, or we can add glue to the letter. Either way, place it in. And then we'll add back the pieces that we cut out. And then same with the other side. Add some glue so the pieces have something to adhere to. Add glue. Add the pieces back. Push it down. Make sure it's stuck in there. Okay, so this corner right here has popped up. So I'm just going to grab some of my Starbond. So I'm adding a big old bit in the corner. And then all I have to do is spray and push. I'll let it sit for a sec. Ah, I love her so much. Okay, and then the last thing, I'm going to hold it a little longer. There it goes. All right, so the last thing we're going to do is we are going to add the stand. The stand is offset, so make sure you are adding the stand with the slot further towards the back, and that will compensate for the thickness of the piece so that it is centered on your base. And there is the finished piece. Now there is one that is a no tab as well, so if you wanted to hang it rather than have it set up on the stand, you can. And she looks really good. If you wanted to display the Joker along with her, I think they look really nice together. So that is the Queen of Hearts. I hope you love her as much as I do. All right, guys, that's it. Hopefully you've enjoyed the tutorial. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and check out other tutorials just like this. Thanks so much.